In this video today, I wanted to just take this time to be a little bit more vulnerable and just share my experiences, try to help other people who may be going through the same thing, but I just want to shed light on why it's difficult um, why relationships are difficult if you're a person who has a disability. Um, if you've never clicked on any other videos of mine, then I want to say welcome. This is Rare Diaries, and this is a awareness channel um, for people with disabilities and those living with any type of medical condition or rare disorder or disease. So yes. Um, to give a little background, so I'm in my late 20s and I live in the Midwest. And I was born with I have a growth disorder caused by a rare disease, caused by a rare disorder called male Turner syndrome. So yeah, so that's to kind of paint the picture. And I just wanted to just talk about, why it's difficult with making, building relationships with people. Um, so like it's something that I've always like struggled with, um, you know, making, making friends, meeting people, because I've always felt, um, I've always felt, if knowing that I have this rare, knowing that I have a disability and trying to be friends with people who don't have disabilities, it's hard. Um, you feel, being around people who are quote unquote normal is what I would say. You feel awkward sometimes being around them because you just feel like you don't feel like they can relate to you, and you know they can understand what you're going through and how it's like to live in your shoes every day, how it's like to wake up and be you every day. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just made that up. But yeah, so why? So I'm gonna just tell you, full disclosure, we're not beating around the bush. I don't have friends. Period. I don't have friends. Um, my family is, my family is the only people that I hang out with. I don't have friends who are, my peers, people around my age. I don't have friends. So, and that's okay. And part of the reason why I feel like I don't have friends is because of it's partly me, it's partly my choosing and not having friends. But I mean, I'm gonna tell you that I've had things that has happened in my life that has made me feel like I don't want friends. I want to isolate myself. I just want to, I'm like in this bubble, and so let me tell you this particular story. This is going to be like a little story, a little story time. I don't know if that's what people call it. I'm new to YouTube. I'm new to, sharing experiences. So I don't know if it's called story time, but so I was working at this particular place. I was working at a grocery store, and I had befriended a I had befriended this one of my employees there, who was like 2 years, I think, older than me. Because mind you, I'm born in the '90s, so I think she was born like the early '90s. So she was like 2 years older than me. Um, and like she was the only one that I clicked with at that job. Like, I mean, and I talked to other people there, but she's the only one that I like really befriended. We also had a lot of the same interests. We were, at the time, she was studying nursing. She was actually almost, she was close to like, finishing and whatever, and I was just getting into it. So that was like our shared like thing. Um, so sometime during that time while we were friends and we were working at that job, um, we had decided like let's hang out, let's go somewhere like after work one day when we're off or whatever. Let's go to the movies. So we had planned to go to the movies. She so she drove, right? She drove to the movies herself, and was gonna meet me there. Mind you, I I had to be driven by a family member because I don't drive. So that's another thing. Like when you have a disability um, or like anything that I don't know, anything that like it's having to be transported to different places. It's kind of embarrassing. It can be embarrassing, especially if the other person drives. Like, and I know there's lots of people that don't drive, and there's reasons for like why they don't drive, but I just feel like in that moment it was just like, okay, I just felt awkward, but whatever. So I had to be driven to the movie theater. So she met me there. I don't know if I think I was there earlier than her. And here's when the anxiety like really kicks in. Okay. So I have to like go into the movie theater and like wait for her. Okay. So this is when the social anxiety comes out and the panic attacks, because I'm like, this petite person. I look like I should probably be accompanied by a parent. And I'm just in this like movie theater. um, got my snacks, just stand like I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too deep, but at the time, this is what I was going through. So I don't think I had to wait too long. She walked in. I think we already had did our tickets like online, so we just found like our theater. Okay, here's the part of the story that gets interesting. So we're in the movie theater, the normal credits with like the previews of the movies, different movies are going on, and in comes someone walks, um, like comes in and starts walking toward us, on like into our row that we're in, our seated row, and it's this guy. Okay, um, and then he sits down and like I guess like hey, like says hey to my friend, um, and so I'm like, okay, who is this? And then my friend's like, oh, hey, this is, she like, does the introduction, like, this is such and such. And then she told me his name and, like that. So, like, I don't know what I was confused because first of all, my like this girl that I was friends with, she didn't tell me she was bringing. I don't care if it was a guy. I don't care if it was a girl. She didn't tell me she was bringing anyone else into like inviting anyone else, to the show, to the movies with us. Here I go saying show. I'm thinking like, I don't know why I said show, but um, that's an older person's word. But yeah. Anyway, so she didn't tell me. This was kind of like this was kind of like a shock for me. Because I don't do good with like meeting new people. I'm an introvert. I'm not like the mingling type of person. Like, let's, let's, what's the word? Let's meet new people, let's do this whole friends thing, this whole circle thing. I don't do that. I only like tight groups of friends. Like, I don't like to meet other people. Like, I don't like that. So anyway, so whatever. So we finished the movie. Um, he leaves, after the movie, because he drove. The guy drove himself, so he drove back home. And so my friend, she drove me home. So that was fine. So then once we went back to work, the first time going back to work, seeing each other and everything, whatever, she, we go over like how the movie was and how everything was. And she, like, first of all, I don't know how we got on the topic. Either I said something like, hey, I didn't know you were going to invite someone. I don't know what was said to get to this point, but she just comes out and says, hey, so that guy that, my guy friend that I had invited, he thought you was a child. He thought you were a kid, is what she says to me. And that was embarrassing. That was like a low blow, because like she said he thought I was a child. She had to tell him that I was only 2 years younger than them. Heck, I went to high school with them. So all of this time we're sitting in this movie. Okay, we didn't see no rated G movie. We didn't see a PG movie. I don't know. It was like PG-13, maybe for mature audiences. I don't know. But the guy the whole time he's really in this movie theater, like contemplating, is this a child's thing? Like, come on, man. Like, this is what we're doing here. This is what's going through your mind. Like she invited her little sister or her, what? Come on, man. And that was something else. That was not, that really made me start putting into perspective. It gave me a new perspective how people view me, and that is, that's what I have carried like my whole life. Like I've been getting that same thing since I was like since forever. I'm not even gonna say. I'm gonna start with middle school. Like when I was in middle school, 5th grade, whatever, 6th grade, I looked like I was probably in 3rd grade. Like, I've been getting this for my whole life. I've been getting that narrative of she looks like she's a child. I've been getting that my whole entire life. And there's this show on, just to get off topic, there's this show on TLC that that I, had started watching, and it's about this young woman in her early 20s has um, who has short stature, like myself, who has dwarfism by association of a medical condition. And I think it's like she had something with her pituitary, like, um, gland or something, as a child. And like that show, like when I was watching it, I'm like, this really like relates to me. Like I literally can relate to a lot of that stuff. And I'm like, shoot, I need my own show because, you know, I can relate to everything that she was saying and was going through. Like, sure, I'm not like I said, I'm an introvert. I stay in the house. I don't go out. I'm not about to go to no bar. Um, Having people think I'm a child. Like, I'm not doing stuff like that. I'm not gonna put myself out there like that. I'm just not as bold as her, but I'd give her props because I couldn't do it. I'm telling you, I couldn't do it. No way. But I'm like, wow, that show, because I have dwarfism. I, I have dwarfism by association with a, so yeah, I'm gonna talk about that later on too, but like everywhere I go, I promise you, I'm mistaken for being a kid. And I mean, it's not good. It sucks, but I can't change who I am. I can't change who God made me to be. Like, you know, um, I have to live with myself. I have to, I stay close to people who care about me, who know me, who love me, and that's my family. I lean on my faith, and that's all that I can really do because, this world, people will drive you crazy. And, they used to drive me crazy. Like every time these situations happen, um, you know, every time these situations happen and we go out and I'm with my mom or other family members and someone says like, and it could just be like, they see my ID. I don't know where we be, but we're like, we go to a lot of places. So people find out my age or look at my, ID card and they're like, I thought you was like, you know, such and such age. I would not have thought you was in your 20s, let alone almost 30. Like this sort of thing. And my mom, whenever they say it, like with the tax lady, I got my taxes done recently. She said it because she had my ID. She's like, "You're older than my grandson." I'm like, "Oh yeah." You know, like my mom sees my face. She knows I'm ready to say something and correct that person, but my mom just told me like I don't have to give everybody an explanation about me. Um, everyone doesn't have to know my business. Everyone doesn't have to know, but I mean, come on. Like I think now I'm at a point in my life like now I'm ready to tell it all. Like I'm ready to, this is my journey of trying to spread awareness for rare um, people with rare, diseases and such. I just feel like this is a perfect time for me to, you know, um, start advocating and, spreading awareness. These people probably have never even heard of any of these diseases. they don't know there's something called growth disorders. There's a lot of disorders that that are associated and affect people's growth. There are a lot of childhood growth disorders. That's, super common. So I just feel like I have to spread awareness. I can't let these people just say these things, like, and just, just go off on their way. Like, no, I need to correct them and say, hey, look, this is that. So I don't know. That's where I'm at. Yeah. So, yep, that was my little story that I wanted to share. And yeah, so that's kind of like why I feel like it's hard for me to make friends, build relationships with like people without, disabilities and without, certain medical issues. I just feel like, you know, the everyday people don't know what I'm going through. They don't know how hard it is living in, in this. So yeah, people just need to stay mindful, watch your, you don't have to say what comes to your first mind. And yeah, I hope this video is encouraging to anyone out there who has a rare condition or any medical condition, any type of disability. Like, this is, I just hope this helps someone. And we can continue this conversation further. Yes, and yeah, I just want to say, stay tuned, like, please, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment, and, if you feel like this video touched you in any type of way and that someone with a rare disease, or if, just, we can leave comments, we can, continue this conversation and discussion in the comments. But yeah, God bless, and I'll see you next time. All right.